Yeah, today seems like a really nice day today. Surely nothing will happen today. At least, I hope. Hmm? What? What the?
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, where the hell am I?
Alright, who are you and what the heck are you
No, who
doing
are
in my
you?
outfit? No. What do you mean, who are you? Who are
No,
you? No. I
no, who
asked
are
you
you?
first. Who the heck are you? You answer my question.
No, you
Who
tell
are
me.
you? Who are you pretending to be me? I'm Spider-Man.
No, I'm
You
Spider-Man. I'm the real
cannot be
one.
Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. Who are you? Tell me. God dang.
Hey everyone, Spidercatcher here, and welcome back to another Predator Exposed video. Today I'm going to be talking about a predator that has had allegations on him before and has decided to act on them from some bad advice from another predator, which is actually who is actually very well known around the VR community. The predator I'm going to be talking about today goes by the name of Peter Parker on VRChat, which is kind of ironic seeing as. But this user actually went by another username a long time ago, my Elijah Hockey. Now, they used to actually be a friend of mine during that time that they had that username, until allegations were found and proven that he was talking to a minor, having them lie about their age, and I didn't want to get involved with that at the time. This was before I even decided to even make this channel, and with some things going on now involving Peter or Elijah, I wanted to step in and say the truth on what's really going on. So, to clarify what I know on the allegations regarding Elijah, aka Peter, he was talking to a minor who suggested that they lie about their age after telling Elijah their real age. Elijah encouraged the idea, and they actively had a relationship that lasted a good while, from what I can remember at least. After some bit, from what I know, there was an image that was sent by the minor, and from what I saw in the screenshots, all that Elijah could talk was all that he could talk about was the miner's chest area, which is highly disgusting behavior. During this time, Elijah actually had a YouTube channel of his own, known as Spider Squad, where he would post a bunch of roleplay videos and just events that he would have with friends. And in fact, some of those videos he'd have me make the thumbnails for, and I regret doing that after finding out what he did. I regret working with him and all that kind of stuff, but it's already done. But yeah, after he was exposed, he ended up making a video explaining that he was going to be heading off and probably going to do something bad.
I don't know what else to say. Sorry, everyone. I just can't deal with this much drama anymore. I'm sorry, but this is goodbye. I'm sorry, guys. I have to go. Okay, this is goodbye. Currently, I'm just gonna go commit suicide.
Now, before Peter made his little video explaining that he was going to be off, he was exposed on YouTube by two content creators for his actions, and one of which, known as One Big Nugget, a popular content creator who also exposes predators on this game. Shout out to them for their efforts and everything. Elijah ended up getting really hooked on what One Big Nugget ended up doing, and because of which, from what we think, another VRChat Predator known as Vapor Wolf advised Elijah to claim false allegations on One Big Nugget. To explain how I got in contact with Elijah, I had found him in a Discord server with multiple minors, which, big surprise there with his record. Now, because I was a little bit hazy about what he was up to, I decided to investigate and see why he was there on a decoy account. Now, after a bit, I managed to join the Discord, and I friended him. And surprise, surprise, he accepted it almost right away. I then started a brief conversation with him, where it ended up leading to me adding him on VRChat afterwards. After friending him on VRChat, we hung out for a good long while. I told him that I myself was underage for being an adult, and he he was all right with that. From what I know, he didn't really seem to care, which I'm not surprised. His friends, though, somewhat did, seeing as I was not talking, which ah, haven't gotten that before. Definitely haven't. But either way, everything ended up going out surprisingly well until he started talking about One Big Nugget.
Well, it's because Mommy Nugget is gonna try to do another video on me and Vapor Wolf because he threatened to go to the court. But pretty sure Mommy Nugget was the one who did something illegal. Yeah, and last night when I was with my crush Akira, the girl I'm in love with, Akira Rose, yeah, three of her friends harassed me in one of the M&D worlds, and they were saying I'm a pedophile, but I'm not. One Big Nugget is, because he was one who groomed minors in one of his alts.
As soon as Elijah started bringing up One Big Nugget, he started claiming that One Big Nugget did all of these things that he had literally had no proof that he actually did them, and literally just started saying how he was innocent, he didn't really do anything wrong, and that One Big Nugget was the real predator. Now, this went on for the majority of the time I hung out with Elijah, and after a bit, I decided to actually get in contact with One Big Nugget. And after a good conversation, we came to a good conclusion.
So while watching Vapor, I met two other predators,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where Elijah came from. Because whenever I made my first video on him, he was going by Elijah Hockey, and then the day after the video came out, he changed his username to Peter Parker. And with Peter had messaged I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was a 30-year-old, and was talking with them on Discord. At the time, they sent him a picture of them holding a rabbit, and Peter just kept complimenting them on their boobs. And then at one point,
Yeah, I remember.
she asked him how old he was, and he said, sadly to say it, I was like, I hate to say it, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
I remember seeing
and then he,
the other video
tells
on
her
him about that.
to change, lie and change your age.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, when I was watching Peters, when all that stuff was sent to me, whenever I was watching Vapor, so we started watching Peter too while he was there, and what we noticed was in VRChat, Peter do things they don't want to. At one point, I know I got another person in my server. They're not awake right now. Who's known him longer than I have. I actually met them through him. He used to do YouTube, and he would do these role plays, and he would basically force any girl.
He would basically.
And we found out some of the girls he were using for this weren't of age. What?
So you glitched out a little bit. So, but what I'm assuming you said was that he's forcing girls to do these things with him and his characters in role plays. Is that what you said? Or...
Yeah, and some of the girls we found out some of them he was doing this with. Yeah, and some of them and he had another he had another friend which he stopped being friends with because they're weirdos, a predator. He's had a pretty good history of constantly hanging out, talking with minors. Go to public lobbies because they call him out for it. He only sticks around in his group made by him, and there's another person named the Child who does age play, who goes back and forth with dating Vapor, but Peter also hangs out with.
Yeah, throughout my time of hanging out with Peter on my decoy, he's hung out with a few minors, but mainly he's just with uh like he's at the Vapor half the time.
There was too much drama. He wanted to try distancing himself, but them somewhere later. A lot of the clips that I have of him saying I'm a predator going around doing stuff is Vapor coaching him to say it. And it
Yeah.
was I had like over an hour compilation at one point of him saying these things, and it was just so funny because he at one point claimed he had my docs, and he claimed I was in Texas, and claimed all this other stuff, and meanwhile, nation right.
Wow. So, yeah. After that whole conversation, we came to the conclusion that it was more than likely Vapor Wolf telling Elijah to say these things and Elijah going with them. I'm not surprised. Um, However, it does seem like there's some drama with them. Let it happen. I'm not gonna dig further deeper into this because a good key thing that One Big Nugget brought up during our conversation is most of these predators do this kind of stuff all the time just to get a rise out of people, and it's not worth it. People like Elijah and Vapor Wolf do kinds of stuff like this almost all the time, framing innocent people like predator catchers, such as One Big Nugget, for things that they never did, such as the things that they expose people online for. And it's honestly not worth it to give them the attention that they want when it comes to this stuff. I'm only making this video because I want people to know that it's not, these kinds of people, they're not worth it. They're not worth the effort. They're not worth the time. So really just leave them alone. Don't give them the attention they want. With that all being said, please be sure to stay careful of these people. They really do not know what they're doing. They are highly delusional. And be sure to check out the other two videos on Elijah Hockey. Videos will be linked in the description. And with that all being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next Predator Exposed video. Bye bye!